Welcome everyone to this very special January 6th, 2026 City Council meeting. We have a few things on the agenda today that are not ordinary, but they will be fun. We do like to start new traditions around here. So the first one we'll start here, gracing us with their presence tonight is the UPD Honor Guard for a flag ceremony where they will present the colors to us, and then we'll go into the Pledge of Allegiance after that. So thank you guys for coming.
Detail, attention, forward arms, forward mark. Detail, halt, left face, present arms.
Okay, and now if everyone would join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Forward arms. Post colors. Right face, forward mark.
Okay, now if everyone will remain standing, our next surprise, we have, I promise, live music, and we have to sing our national anthem, first time this has been done in City Hall, Elise Stowe. Thank you, Elise.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at this twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hey, thank you so much. That was beautiful. All right, well, as you know, this is a little bit different of a council meeting here in the beginning anyway. Most of you are here to see some of us get sworn in today. We have two council members, Councilmember Brown, Councilmember Mikulash, and myself will be taking the oath of office in a minute. We did want to let you know, instead of taking the oath of office and then awkwardly turning to talk to everyone in the audience without a microphone, we are going to save our comments for our normal council and mayor's report. So if you want to stick around for that, we would love to have you. It'll be right after our Unified Police Department report. So, without further ado, Rory, are you ready to start the swearing-in ceremony?
Yes, Mayor.
Okay, and first up will be Bryant Brown.
Do you want a microphone?
I can be loud if
We know. There you go.
There's a light on.
I turned it off. Oh, thank you.
I don't think it's on.
Push right there.
Hold it down.
Okay.
Testing. Is that working?
Okay, I want you all to know that they get their own very special oath of office that they get to sign on at their leisure. So you can read this, but don't go ahead of me, okay? Just saying.
Okay.
Don't read ahead. Okay, raise your right arm and repeat after me.
Okay.
I state your name.
I, Bryant Brown,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Utah
and the Constitution of the State of Utah
and the laws and ordinances of Midvale City,
and the laws and ordinances of Midvale City,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
and I will discharge the duties of my
with
office
fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Rory.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
I think the amazing thing is Bryant made it without crying. We we may have placed some bets earlier today, whether you would or not.
The night is still young.
All right, next up, District 5 Councilmember Denise Mikalash.
Hey, Rory, can you remove that hand sanitizer? Yes, absolutely. Thank you. It's Josh. You're welcome.
Okay. There you go.
Last
Okay.
time, Lori and I were wearing the same outfit.
I know, and I didn't get the
Next
memo.
time you'll do that,
Yes,
and they're
for
all
sure.
disappointed.
Okay, raise your right arm, repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Denise Mikalash,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United
the
States
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Utah
and the Constitution of the State of Utah
and the laws and ordinances of Midvale City,
and the laws and ordinances of Midvale City,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations. You also have your certificate in there that I wasn't able to give you, so it's in there as well. Okay, thank you.
Okay, congratulations. All right, I'm next.
Last but not least. There you go. Your cheat sheet. You're welcome. Okay. Ooh,
I broke it. Typical.
you can sing us a number after you're through.
Yes, I will not be singing.
Okay, raise your right arm. Or sorry, I state your name.
I, Dustin Gettle,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Utah
and the Constitution of the State of Utah
and the laws and ordinances of Midvale City,
and the laws and ordinances of Midvale City,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
and that I would discharge the duties of my
with
office
fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Okay, and as I mentioned, so we don't keep those of you who aren't necessarily wanting to be here for the next 2 hours, we are, as long as there's no objections from council, going to move ahead to council reports and come back to the other general business and
Do we need
public
to
comments.
do roll call?
Roll call.
Okay, but before that, now that we are sworn in and duly elected, Rory, will you call the roll to see who's here?
Yes. Councilmember Glover.
Here.
Billings. Here. Mikalash. Here. Brown.
Here.
And Robinson. Here. Thank you.
Okay, that is all of us. So now, if there are no objections from council, we will proceed to the council reports. Any objections to doing that? Okay, let's proceed then to Councilmember Bonnie Billings.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to extend my congratulations again to the city council members, Brown, Mikulash, and Mayor Dustin Gettle, for being sworn in today. We truly have a great council with a very strong and collaborative dynamic, and I'm really excited and honored to be able to be part of that. Midvale's growing and evolving and full of opportunity, and we have a lot of work to do. And I'm, again, really glad that I get to do it with you all. I also wanted to say thank you to our staff for putting on this evening tonight, and all of our special guests that we had earlier today. Again, congratulations, and I'm really excited for the next couple of years.
Okay, thank you, Councilmember. We're excited to work with you as well. Moving on to Councilmember Paul Glover.
I would like to echo the congratulations to each of you that were just sworn in. It's going to be a good time to be able to work with each of you. And I look forward to making Midvale things we're having happen, that it'll continue to happen, and we'll be able to continue to help our citizens. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Heidi Robinson.
Thank you, Mayor. I too wanted to extend my congratulations, and also for anybody that's thinking about running for office. A great way to know that it's amazing is to look at the way this council functions and how we treat each other and what's happening here in Midvale. I'm truly excited to see where we're going to be in the next couple of years. So thanks for putting yourselves on the line and continuing to work for the city. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Councilmember. And I do recognize in the crowd there are candidates past, present, and future among us, so we thank you guys as well. Moving on to District 4, newly sworn in, Councilmember Bryant Brown.
Yeah, thanks, Mayor. For those new to council meeting, this is where we typically spend a few minutes each, not just congratulating each other, which is great. Where we talk about important things, you know, we learn from the city. Residents tell us, you know, of concerns, or we try to pass resolutions. Like I would have tried to pass a resolution banning Kyle Whittingham from Midvale today. But we will not do that today. We will just strictly go with a speech I prepared. ChatGPT said I would get less emotional if I read. I don't think we'll see.
I don't know.
So I felt inclined to spend a few minutes discussing this most recent election. I normally don't prepare remarks, but it felt like an appropriate time. I want to begin by thanking my earliest supporters, my parents. Wow. Someone won your bet, Dustin. They have believed in me since the 1900s, and they continue to do so to this day. I also want to thank my wife and children. I made a commitment to knock every door by myself. I did not ask someone to help me, which meant almost every night and Saturdays this summer, I was out knocking doors, rain or sun. And they fully supported me the whole way. And they made this possible. I'm deeply grateful for my in-laws who live a few homes away. Without them, I would not love Midvale like I do. I'm truly lucky. I also want to thank Rainier for running a strong campaign. He was out knocking doors, sometimes awkwardly. Me and him were like bouncing back and forth. But it made me happy that it showed that he was committed to the city. And finally, I just want to not only thank District 4, but all the residents of Midvale. We represent small areas, but Midvale as a whole is how we have to vote. And, you know, without their commitment, I wouldn't be here today. As great as that is, there is something I want to address that was new to this election cycle. For some context, I first ran for office 8 years ago, and during that primary, I won by 9 votes. That margin made it very clear that people had strong opinions, many of whom did not agree with me. Yet at no point did I feel nervous, threatened, or unsafe. People were respectful and welcoming, even though they were not voting for me. Fast forward to this election, and not to belittle my opponent, the margin was significantly greater, which I do not raise to diminish him, but just to show that the margin of residents that agreed with me was much broader. However, I had several interactions that I wanted to bring forward. There was one day, a woman said she would only vote for whoever could, quote unquote, get rid of the gays. A second resident said to me, He would slit the throats of anyone that voted for the apartments in the last couple of years. And then lastly, 2 days after the Charlie Kirk murder, a gentleman chased me down the street, threatening to fight me. And I do not normally get nervous in those situations. I'm a talker. I feel like I can talk my way out of anything. But it was sort of 2 days after that horrible incident that a lot of people relate to political violence. I sat in my car for 20 minutes and thought, man, is this a good idea for me? Is my family safe? And I sat there, I calmed down, and I said, yes, this is, I can make it happen. But in addition to that, I've been forced to answer questions that no city councilman has ever had to answer. Under no circumstances will I ever support partnering with ICE. Don't ask. The answer is no. We do not support them. I do not, from a moral or a political standpoint. I was horrified when one of the elected officials, after knocking on doors, still said he would. That will never happen, and I will make sure of that while I'm on Midvale City Council. With this political violence and dehumanizing rhetoric, with this cable news outrage cycles, and injecting it to local government, we create a situation we do not want. We risk losing good employees who do not want to work for chasing down these boogeymen. We risk losing people running for office because they're scared. Okay? I know this is a happy day. I went back and forth on this, but I felt like it was important to discuss. I love this place. I love the people here, and I'm deeply passionate. Let's see what we can build.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Councilmember Brown, and we do poke fun, gentle fun at Bryant sometime for getting so emotional, but it's also the reason why we love him so much and why, you know, he's just been such a great person on this council and someone I look up to in this role. So thank you, Bryant. Next up, sorry you have to follow that, Councilmember Denise Mikalash.
No, I think what I have to say now is a little bit inappropriate. Because I wanted to let you know that I knew Midvale was a great place to live. Like, I've been here almost 10 years, but I truly better understand that now that I've been in this position for the last year and campaigning and talking to residents. I had overwhelming positive experience knocking on doors to all the voters. I mean, I got to hear what their concerns were, but as I spoke to them, you know, I was there to listen and see what I could do to help them. And so that to me was just the most rewarding thing ever. I mean, in fact, those that campaigned with me were like, what are we going to do on the weekends now when we can't talk to everybody? Right? So, you know, I think what came out of that is that it's the people, right? It's the residents that are living here that make a difference. It's the businesses and organizations that come here that make a difference. And then it's all the people in this room, in this building, and beyond that support this community that truly make the difference. And as it's been said many times, like, I am so excited to be up here because of everyone here, right? Like, you couldn't ask for a better team to try and take this city to the next level. So I also couldn't be here if it wasn't for the incredible support of my family and friends and my loved ones. I'm honored to be representing District 5 for the next 4 years. I know we have a lot to tackle, but we also have a lot of opportunity to work together on. So I think we're all ready to get to work. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilmember Mikalash, and I am the only one up here who gets to say that Councilmember Mikalash is my council member. So very
I don't take his calls though.
Straight to voicemail. Well, first, I want to thank the residents of Midvale for placing trust in me as mayor over the next 4 years. It's something that none of us take for granted. We don't take it lightly. We're very proud of the support that we have received from you, those of you in the audience who are Midvale residents. Midvale is a very special city, as we all know. Part of my job as mayor is to go around to other cities and other organizations, boards of directors, and just talk about the great things that we're doing here in Midvale. And I think those of you in the audience, whether you're from Midvale, whether you've lived in Midvale at some point in your life, or those of you who are just coming here to see this special event here tonight, know that Midvale is on the uptick, and there's a lot of great things happening, not just on our Main Street. We talk about Main Street all the time, but that's just because we are all so very proud of what's happening there. You know, I hear from mayors of Eagle Mountain and Emigration Canyon. They're talking about what's going on Main Street, and I couldn't be more proud of the people up here. Also the people over here, our city staff. That's one of the other things. Every mayor says they have the best city staff. I'm the only mayor who gets to say it and mean it, because we really do. We run mean, we run lean and mean, and we just have the greatest people. Two of them sitting beside me, City Manager Matt Dahl and City Attorney Garrett Wilcox. But I also want to thank my family and friends. This has been a unique experience for me, to say the least, over the past 8 years as an elected official, but specifically the past 13 months as mayor. And it's nice to, at this point, these are my 4 years as mayor now. I'm not serving out the unexpired term of a previous mayor. So I'm really looking forward to hitting the ground running. Not that we ever slowed down. That's the one thing about this group. We all continue to move forward quickly on some issues. I just want to highlight a few things. First, I want to thank Preston, sitting in the front row, for everything that he's done during this campaign. Sometimes Councilmember Brown has pointed out that I often forget to thank Preston, and I'm not quite sure why that is, because he does so much, up to and including everything you see me wear. If you don't see me in a hoodie, that's probably something that he's done. But, so thank you. And also, I want to thank, next to him, I call her my unofficial, unpaid deputy mayor, Sue Armitage, because she really does show up. She sometimes shows up to events before me, and she shows up to events sometimes that I can't make it to. So she's invaluable to the city as a volunteer. Also, other members of our community council. I see Luke Maines, secretary of the community council, and Tiffany Epiphany, as we like to call her. Welcome, by the way, on your day of all days. Today is the Epiphany. But, over the next 4 years, what can you do in 4 years? And I think back of, what have we done in Midvale City over the last 4 years? And we've done a lot. Main Street was dark. You couldn't see anything at nighttime, and now we have thriving businesses on Main Street. We have lighting that is warm and welcoming to folks. But also in the next 4 years, I don't know if you've heard this or not, but we're getting a new library. And I think, some of you were clapping, but that was one of the worst kept secrets. But we did have to keep that secret because it was a pending real estate transaction. All done. We're getting a library. It's going to be on the southwestern corner of our city park. So in the next 4 years, we're really, really excited about that. It's one of those things. Libraries aren't just a place for books anymore. They're far, far beyond that. And to get a new, modern library that you see in other parts of the county is going to be a game changer for Midvale. So we're looking forward to that. And we're also looking forward to, I saw some members of county government. The county government is going to be right down the road from here. Probably not this year, maybe early next year, 27, but we're certainly going to do, I don't know who's going to do the ribbon cutting, me or Mayor Wilson, but probably Mayor Wilson. We'll give her that one. But maybe we'll do a dual ribbon cutting when that happens. But we're so excited for that as well. But yes, I just want to thank everyone, again, the opportunity to serve. I don't take this position lightly. As Councilmember Brown said, it's a scary job sometimes, especially in the political climate that we're in. And I will echo Councilmember Brown's, we are not working with ICE, for those who are asking that question. Our police department has been very, very transparent on that issue, and we can't, as elected officials, impede their work, but we certainly don't have to condone or support it or put our resources towards it either. All of that to say, those of you, I see several candidates in the next cycle in the audience. We don't want to scare you from that. I mean, it's definitely, like I said, there are better days than some, and some days can be quite scary, but this job is the absolute most rewarding position I've ever held. I'm very, very honored and excited to do it for 4 more years, so thank you all. Okay, moving on. We're going to have whiplash going back and forth on the agenda here, but we have a unified police department report.
It's okay if you want to
Yes.
leave too. Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. April doesn't mind, Chief Morse doesn't mind if you stick around for her report, but
Or you can go catch whatever's on TV. It's all good.
yes,
All good.
please take some food and drinks home with you.
Good evening, Council, Mayor. First, I'd like to say congratulations to those that just recently won election. I'm really thrilled to continue working with you guys. Also, I really appreciate the comments as well. So for the month of December, the total calls that UPD officers responded on in Midvale, 2,003, which resulted in 653 cases, 27 booking arrests, and over 200 citations. But December was busy in another regard because there was a lot of events that we participated in. Operation Santa with Mid-Valley Rotary Club. We had a presence there. The UPD Shop with the Shield, which is a UPD-sponsored event. We serviced 15 families, 51 children. It was a lot of fun, and thank you, Mayor, for being there with us, and Preston. And our precinct challenge, supporting Connie Crosby Family Resource Center that you guys have heard me talking about, and the competition with Holiday and Mill Creek, congratulations, we smoked them. Well done. So, over 10,000 items collected and nearly $2,000 donated went to Connie Crosby Family Resource Center, so we were very excited about that. With December as well, we had a ton of love from the community. We had a citizen bring breakfast on Christmas Day for our officers, which we really appreciate. We had a family knit ornaments and bring in little candy sacks for our officers. Just a lot of support from the community, and it means a lot, so thank you for that. So you know there's going to be some personnel changes occurring in the precinct this month. We had retirements from one of our sergeants, Chad Zitting, and Officer Chad Ogden. They are moving on to other adventures, and we're super excited for them, but sad to see them go. And we also are retiring police service dog Cash. He, after almost 10 years of service, is hanging it up and enjoying time with a Kong and a milk bone, so we're super excited for that. Sergeant Zach Bench, who is our administrative sergeant, is transferring positions, and we are getting Sergeant Ryan Watson and Sergeant Preston Allred moving into Midvale Precinct. All very qualified, very capable, very intelligent, awesome people, so we're super excited. We also have one of our new hires starting this month. So staffing is starting to get better, and we're thrilled at what people are going to bring into the precinct. So. Also, I want to remind folks, January 17th, Saturday, that will be a day that we will always remember at UPD. January 17th, Saturday, is the 10-year anniversary that we lost Officer Doug Barney in the line of duty. He was murdered responding to a hit-and-run call. He is the first and only officer from Unified that we have lost in the service of his duty, and it still hangs with us every day. So. There will be a private lunch with the Barney family commemorating that event, and I believe, Mayor, you may get an invite to that. It's going to be poignant and emotional and well served. So, I'm sorry. That's all I have.
Thank you, Chief, and I'll be honored to attend that. We certainly honor his memory. Thank you. Moving on, now I have whiplash. Where are we? Public comments. Oh yeah, sorry. Go back. Okay. All right, public comments. Any person wishing to address the council or any item that's not otherwise scheduled for a public hearing on the agenda may address the city council at this point. Stepping up to the microphone, you'll be given 3 minutes, and we promise we're friendly. And would you state your name for the record?
Sue Armitage. I wanted to address Councilman Brown's comments in that I was horrified to learn that somebody chased you down the street. I just this morning had coffee with one of my friends who is truthfully, the opposite of my political alignment. And we are really good friends because I know him in person and we talk in person. I don't engage with him online. He doesn't engage with me online. We talk to each other and know each other as people and friends. And most of all, we listen. And I just wish more people would do that. It's so easy to type anything about anyone online, on social media, and you don't know them. And it makes all the difference in the world. And if that person had known you, he would not have chased you down the street. And I'm sorry that happened. The second comment I want to make is to you, to all city employees and the elected council people and mayor. I grew up in small towns in Nevada. A small town, well, up in the mountains, we were all alone. One small town of about 50 people, another small town of about 100 people, another small town of about 3,000 people, and one stoplight. And one reason I love Midvale is because it feels like home to me, and it's because you've all been determined that it remains a main street, not an aisle of skyscrapers. And that's why Midvale earns my devotion and my time and my care and my desire to communicate and be a part of things. It's because it's not concrete and glass skyscrapers. It's not impersonal. It's personal to me because it's my town. And thank you for the work you put in to make it what it is, a town that I love. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Sue. Is there anyone else who'd like to give public comment? Come on up. And just state your name for the record.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Jacobs-Diener. Happy New Year. I am really grateful that I could be part of this city. I've been here 10 years, and I've been really fortunate this year to be involved with the Midvale Community Council and the revitalization of that. Right, I haven't done this before, so. Doing great. What's that? Doing great. Yeah. Thanks, Matt. You're awesome. Okay. So I am so proud. I wanted to give you guys standing ovations because your campaigns were just so honorable and peaceful, and I'm just super proud of you guys. I'm super proud of this city. I'm so grateful to so many of you for the support we've had with Community Council this year, and I hope that there's never a bad thing that happens again in this city, but you guys absolutely never deserve the bad things that do happen, and I love you dearly. I'm so grateful, and I'm excited for 2026, so rock on, and congratulations, you guys. Thanks.
Thank you, Tiffany. Is there anyone else who would like to give public comment? I thought you might. I was worried for a second when you were out there.
My comments were so scary, he was out.
You had to go withdraw my name. No, I don't know if Tiffany just told you, because I missed it, unfortunately. But our meeting, we have a community council meeting at the end of this month. Last Wednesday of the month, I believe it's the 28th. And we're having our elections for our executive committee for the next year. Like I said, I think Tiffany told you that. But everyone will be welcome to attend, though only current members will be able to vote at the meeting for our new officers. But yeah, we're planning a lot of good things this year, and I'm hoping that, and this will be a good fresh start to the new year, of the first full year of community council. And I think that's it. Also, I just wanted to congratulate our new elected officials. You've done us really good service so far. We appreciate all your involvement with community council, and just as a resident, I appreciate all you do, and I'm glad that you'll continue to serve us in the coming years. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Luke. Is there anyone else who would like to address the city council? Come on up. And if you wouldn't mind just stating your name for the record.
Hi, my name is Erica Salty. Congrats on everyone. I just wanted to say Happy New Year. I'm happy to be here. I've learned so much coming to meetings the last couple months. It's been great. So I'm coming tonight to ask for some help. This is something myself, some of my neighbors that are here, we've actually spoken with Matt in the past. I actually talked to the chief earlier. Sergeant Wilson, where'd he go? He left. Anyway, our communities are having some issues. It's nothing new. We are continuing to have some issues with a group of kids from neighboring apartments. And it's escalated to the point that property damage is occurring. The most recent occurrence has been a woman in the neighborhood had her door kicked by some kids the other night. She's single, lives alone, had the holy you-know-what scared out of her. And it actually broke her door jamb. I'm not aware of actual damage that's occurred where repairs have had to be made over the last, 9-ish months. But it keeps escalating. The group is identifiable to at least, a dozen, 2 dozen people in our neighborhood. And it's just never ending. We've gotten a couple of times that we've been told, well, we can't do anything because they're juveniles, and all of us are going, how is that possible? So just bringing it to the attention of the council again. I know, Mayor, you've been made aware of it. Obviously, Matt, I know we've talked to you in the past. Gotten real close with the chief. She's awesome. So again, just wanted to bring it to everyone's attention. I don't know if anybody here from the neighborhood wants to talk, but yeah, I'm happy to, if anybody has questions, I'm gonna forward the information to the chief and go from there. Thanks.
Thank you, Erica. And I pay attention to the Facebook group where I saw the video of the last occurrence, and it's one of those things where it's definitely escalated beyond kids being kids. If you're kicking the door and breaking the door jamb, that's much different than ding-dong ditching and that sort of thing. So I think the recommendation is always to report that to the Unified Police Department. Anytime that there's ring camera footage of that, I know you guys have posted that in the past, just please keep sending that to them. And unruly kids are kind of the most difficult to deal with because they can be unruly at any time, and there's no pattern to when they're going to do it. So we'll keep it on our radar screen and make sure that we're listening to you and having UPD intervene when they can. So thank you for bringing that to our attention. Is there anyone else who would like to address City Council? Come on up. And just state your name for the record.
It's Judd Tingy. I can spell it if you need to later. All right, I'm just going to kind of piggyback on what she said, so I do appreciate your kind of comments and solution, but I've just prepared kind of a little statement. Shouldn't be a problem for time. I've been a Midvale resident for 11 years in the East Riverwalk community, and the back of my house is butted against Canyon Crossing. When little one's doorbell ditch me and teens throw trash over my fence, I am pretty annoyed. But I understand the type of mischief kids get into, as I did my share when I was younger. Nothing to the extent of kicking indoors, though. When I was 10 years old, I was home alone during a home invasion in Salt Lake City where someone kicked in a window while I was mere feet away. I was lucky to escape the house and run to the neighbors for help. Nothing was taken, and the individual was ultimately sent to prison as his actions constituted a felony. Everything should have been right with the world, but unfortunately it was not. I went to various therapists and experienced panic attacks until we ultimately moved away. It has since been 32 years, and although I am larger, smarter, and better equipped than the boy back then, the impact still remains. Even with security cameras, an alarm system, and a reinforced lock on my door, I never feel completely safe in my space, and as experience has taught me, I likely never will. My situation was without question extreme and cannot be generalized in the same way for others. Nevertheless, I think we all agree that everyone is entitled to safety for their bodies, for their families, and inside their homes. My experience isn't meant to tell my story, but to educate on the aftermath of trauma from a crime, and these kids are indeed committing crimes, and this can happen in your own backyard. So I assure you that it only takes one incident to lose that sense of security, and once it's gone, it never fully returns, no matter how minor the incident. I would be remiss to not mention the property damage, and heaven forbid, in a worst-case scenario, what could be waiting behind the door of a stand-your-ground home. If a group of teens in black clothing and hoodies kicked in the wrong door around 9 p.m. like they did last weekend, consequences could be dire and irreversible in a moment of terror and impulse. The individual who broke into our house was 18 years old in 1 day, 18 years old in 7 days, so still a teenager. I would like to say I'm grateful to the council and those who work tirelessly to keep our city safe. I only speak from the perspective of one neighborhood, but what impacts one impacts all, and that is what makes our community great. I really appreciate your time and attention in this matter. Thank you for listening, and congrats on your swearing in today.
Thank you, Judd. Good to see you again. Wish it was under better circumstances, but yeah, as I said, we're paying attention. We know what's happening, and we're going to keep that at the top of our list. So thank you for bringing it to our attention. Is there anyone else who would like to address the council at this time? Okay, not seeing any. We will move on awkwardly, since I skipped him after mayor's report. City manager report, Matt Dahl.
I just want to also congratulate the newly sworn in council members. I do think that from our staff, we are privileged to work with such a good group of city council members, and with the re-election of the mayor and the two council members that were sworn in this evening, I do think that it makes us excited for what we're going to be able to work on over the course of the next year. I do, for what it's worth, we hear different stories about different communities and the relationships between, both the residents, the electeds, and staff. And I think that's something that here in Midvale we can be very proud of, the strong relationship that we have, and it is our intent to continue to build on that strong relationship. So, and also, it has been 2025 was we'll call it an interesting year, and and it took a lot to sort of try to stabilize this group, and very appreciative of the efforts that the mayor has made to continue to work with staff, move projects forward, bring in new ideas, new perspectives, and we just appreciate working with you. So thank you, Mayor. In that same vein, I think too, as far as being in a democracy, elections are very much about renewal, bringing in new ideas, but it's also about reaching out to the residents in our community. And over the course of the last year, that increased the amount of connection that we had with those residents, and new issues were brought up, issues that we had heard about and are sort of either re-emerging or changing in their dynamic, and reminding us that we have to go after those, I think, address those issues is important. And so I think it is a good thing for everyone to go through elections, and I am also sorry that some of the negative things did come out of that, and I hope that, again, not only through the election but through some of those connections, overall this election is just going to end up being very positive for our community. So there's that on elections. Now, that being said, I also wanted to just express my appreciation for staff. This is the first city council meeting that we've had since the Light Up Main Street event. I think that went real well, and I've heard nothing but positive comments from folks, and so a lot of staff that are in here now, a lot of staff that isn't in here now, put in a lot of work for that event, and just thank you for that. I appreciate it. We're making changes every year. It gets better, and the attendance increases for all of these events, and that's up to the strong work that our staff put into it. So thank you. In that same vein, just as a extending that, I went on vacation for a couple of weeks around the holidays. Missed 5 business days of work, and upon coming back, the sheer amount of things that had gone on. It's a city of 36,000 people. It's a city that doesn't sleep. Sewers back up on Christmas Eve and require staff to go out to have to deal with that. I spoke with some members of our amazing UPD officers that serve our community, and some of them were fortunate enough and recognized how fortunate it was that they didn't get called out on Christmas. And that's just a reminder of that. If that is special, how often they are called out on holidays to have to deal with things. And I know we're not the only organization where people have to work on holidays, but the potential for things to be simple or extremely complex and surprises, and you don't know it's coming out during that holiday, can be something that's very stressful, and it takes a unique staff to be able to do the fantastic job that they do in those events. So as far as broken water lines and sewer lines, our public works staff does amazing work with that, and comes out when they're needed. Of course, UPD, every day we get a log of all the things that you guys deal with every night, and whether that is January 6th or it is December 25th or January 1st, that log is always long, and we appreciate all the work that you do for that. And similarly, it seems like things used to slow down around the holidays, and for our staff, even on those days in between the holidays that are in this building working on issues, it doesn't seem like it slows down anymore. And so anyway, that's just a long way of saying I appreciate the work that everyone does, and want to recognize the amount of effort and work that goes in during those days where we all kind of hope things slow down and that we want to spend with our families, but we know we have a job to do, and that is serving this community, and we're happy to do it. So that is all. Otherwise, Mary stole my thunder on the library, and that we completed that transaction, and that's all I got for this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. And what he failed to mention is that he was gone for 10 days or so on 5 working business days because of the holidays. However, Matt was on a Disney cruise with his family, and I'm still waiting to see the pictures of him having breakfast with Mickey and Minnie. So you owe us those. You owe us those pictures.
Well, he looks like he loved it. It's amazing.
I've never seen it. Yeah. Came back very relaxed, I will say that. It must have been a good one. All right, well, let's move on then. We have one public hearing on the schedule for tonight, and we are well past 7 p.m., so we can proceed to public hearing. Receive public comment on amendments to section 17-7-11.11 of the Midvale Municipal Code to allow for rebuilding of non-conforming structures. And here to talk about this is Wendelin. Guten Abend, Wendelin, wie geht's?
Gut, frohes neues Jahr. Happy New Year, everyone. This amendment changes something in the zone that we are located in here in the form-based code zone. And the main thrust of the changes here is really about rebuilding structures or having small expansions. And to step back, why are we doing this? It's because Main Street has, of course, many older structures on it that are oftentimes in need of repair. So what would we much rather see? Would we want to see that existing structures get maintained? Or do we want structures to, basically be taken down and built as something new? I think we probably want some of both. It just depends on the case. Our code language had all of those elements already in it, with the exception of rebuilding. And the rebuilding part has been changed in a way where, as staff, the feeling is it's well controlled, but it does allow enough flexibility that it's financially viable to attempt a rebuild and to also come up with a project that may be more functional than it would be if we treated a rebuilding of a structure in a way that everything has to be exactly like it was constructed 100 years ago. So that's what this code amendment is all about. There are some other things that have been changed. The main one that I wanted to point out is actually back here. If you look just slightly south of the middle of the screen, number 3 was struck. Non-conforming structures and parking lots may be expanded. The focus here is on the parking lots. We really don't want to see expansion of surface parking lots in the downtown area. So there are quite a few things. Overall, this tightens up the language for non-conforming structures, and as I said, it enables rebuilding. Do you have any questions?
Any questions for Gwendolyn? Okay, thank you. So this is a public hearing. I'll entertain a motion from the council to open this to public comment.
Mayor, I motion we open a public hearing.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Rory, is that a roll call?
No.
Okay, all those in favor of opening public comment, say aye.
Aye.
Yes. Aye.
Are there any opposed? Okay, this is open to public comment. Anyone who would like to comment on this item may step up to the microphone and address the council now. Seeing none, is there a motion to close public comment?
Mayor, I motion we close public comment.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor of closing public comment, say aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Any opposed? Okay, public comment is concluded, and we have a motion on the board for council to consider.
Mayor, I move that we approve ordinance number 2026-0-02, amending section 17-7-11.11 of the Midvale Municipal Code to allow for rebuilding of non-conforming structures with the findings noted in the staff report.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Rory, will you call the yeas and nays?
Yes, Councilmember Glover.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Brown.
Yes.
Mikalash.
Yes.
And Billings.
Yes.
Okay, that passes unanimously. Thank you, Gwendolyn. Moving on to the consent agenda, we have one item, well, technically two. Consider minutes of December 2nd and December 11th, 2025. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Mayor, I motion we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Rory, will you call the yeas and nays?
Yes, Councilmember Brown.
Yes.
Mikalash.
Yes.
Billings.
Yes.
Glover.
Aye.
And Robinson.
Aye.
Okay, that passes unanimously. Moving on to action items, we have two of them tonight. The first one, consider ordinance number 2026-001, amending the Midvale Municipal Code, Chapter 7.04, Emergency Abatement. And right before our very eyes is Garrett Wilcox, City Attorney.
Thank you, Mayor. So the text amendment before you tonight, as you may remember from a few weeks ago when it was presented on, is essentially to close up an issue that was noticed recently as we were going through our emergency abatement code. This just allows someone to receive notice of when we make that unfortunate decision to have to take an emergency abatement action, and affords them due process. So if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Okay, thank you, Garrett. And we had this previously among council and did a good job discussing it then. So we do have action item on this one, unless there are any questions from council. Action item should be in the packet.
Mayor, I move that we adopt ordinance number 2026-0-01, amending Midvale Municipal Code, Chapter 7.04, Emergency Abatement.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Rory, will you call the yeses and nos?
Yes, Councilmember Mikalash.
Yes.
Billings.
Yes.
Glover.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
And Brown.
Yes.
Okay, that passes unanimously as well. Moving on, action item B, consider approval of resolutions, plural, numbers 2026 R01, 2026 R02, and 2026 R03, appointing Candace Erickson and Shane Litke as Planning Commission members, and Chase Brouchy as a Planning Commission alternate. And here to talk about this, unprecedented, me, Mayor Dustin Gettle. I have not done one of these before, and I'm not going to go back there. I'm just going to do it from right here, as long as that's okay. So we do have a PowerPoint, the quickest PowerPoint ever put together, but it'll have all the information we need. So we have two members of the Planning Commission and one alternate that were up this year. Two of our current planning commissioners, Commissioner Erickson and Commissioner Litke, so graciously agreed to be reappointed, and we thank them for their willingness to continue to serve. And we had an alternate opening this year, so I reached out to Chase, who I've known for a number of years now, a resident of the East Riverwalk community, so keep your eyes and ears open on that issue for us. Has agreed to serve in the role as alternate, which is where we put anyone new to the Planning Commission to start out as an alternate, and when the time comes, and it will, be appointed as a full member of the Planning Commission. The great thing about alternates is with anyone normal jobs that other commissioners have and not able to make meetings, typically if an alternate shows up, they participate and most likely they'll vote on something. So it's definitely a position that I took a lot of consideration in, and Chase will probably come up and tell us a little bit about himself in a minute. But first, I wanted to just give the two, Commissioner Erickson and Commissioner Litke, the opportunity to address council if you want to. If not, we know who you are. We like you, obviously. But also if there are any questions from council for commissioners.
I didn't know that time passed so quickly. It went very quickly. So it's a pleasure to work with the Planning Commission. The staff is amazing. Adam Vendelin, all of them. Liz and Johnny, I don't want to forget them. And legal, we can't forget him. Daniel. But it's been a pleasure, and thank you for the confidence, Mayor, and congratulations to everyone who was signed in. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, and again, thank you for your service on the board.
I thought Shane was just really happy, for my reelection. That's why he was here.
No, he's here for himself.
Yeah, okay.
We're happy you were reelected.
Commissioner Litke, welcome.
One thing that that makes this assignment fulfilling is working with the staff and the city council. The city employees are all just make our jobs really easy, and they're just a pleasure to work with. And so that's all I have to say is it's an honor to serve the city and the citizens of Midvale City, and just know that the city is in good hands with this city council, and all of the city staff is just amazing. So thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I would just like to say thank you to them, because I do listen, watch, attend when I can, and they have very thoughtful discussions aligned with what our general plan is, really are considering what's best for the city. So I appreciate all the time you guys put into it and all the training. So thank you.
I will echo that. Commissioners Erickson and Litke are very, two of my favorites. Your questions are always on point, and we just value the service you've done to the commission. So thank you for your willingness to be reappointed. Now, moving on to the new guy. Chase, if you want to come up. As I said, I've known Chase for a number of years now. He'll tell you about his professional background, but you'll often see Chase. Chase seems to know what's going on in Midvale as far as like new buildings, new businesses coming in. He seems to know before some of us. Not exactly sure how, but I think he reads the Planning Commission agenda and notes for fun in his spare time. So seemed like if he's going to be reading them anyway, I just thought like he may as well be a member of the Planning Commission. So would you like to take a moment to tell us about yourself?
Yeah. Good evening, Council. Good evening, Mayor. First of all, thank you for the vote of confidence. I'd be honored to be on the commission. I kind of got into planning, or into city planning probably like 10 years ago, and he's actually accurate. I do spend my time reading Planning Commission meetings, meeting minutes. In my spare time, I do like to know what's going on. I don't know why I find that so interesting, but I absolutely do. And I think that it's a very important part of city development. And yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. I know Chase asked me if there was anything we expected of him tonight, so I probably could have prepared him a little bit better to give us the curriculum vitae. But thank you for your willingness to serve as an alternate. And as I said, you'll be just as much a member of the organization, the group, as the other commissioners, and I'm sure they're going to come to value your insight as well. Any questions from the council for Chase? I know there's probably one from Councilmember Brown.
It's very, very important. Utah or BYU?
I graduated from the University of Utah, so I'm a Ute.
Okay.
Was there a Weber State in the back? Okay. All right. I think that's an acceptable answer. But yes, so University of Utah, we'll mark that down. Okay, so I'm wearing a tie tonight, so we know what that means up here among us. I am going to ask a suspension of the rules so that we can get these folks in place for their I think your organizational meeting is February, right? Am I right about that? Okay. Let's nod his head back there. Okay. But we wanted to get everyone in place so that, we didn't have to have a meeting where there might not be an alternate ready to go. So can you flip ahead, Josh, on the PowerPoint? There should be there it is. The motion, we're putting them all together unless the council wants to separate them. Rory, are you okay with them being together? Yes. Garrett, you're okay? So if council wants, we do have to suspend the rules to do this.
Mayor, I move that we suspend the rules and approve resolutions number 2026-R-01, 2026-R-02, and 2026-R-03, appointing Candace Erickson, Shane Lidke as Planning Commission members, and Chase
Brocky
as a Planning Commission alternate.
Which I have never once said correctly, but
I instantly regretted doing the motion.
I think I was saying it so much in my head, I just made it worse.
Is there a second?
I second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Rory, we call the yeas and nays.
Yes, Councilmember Billings.
Yes.
Glover.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Brown.
Yes.
And Mikuláš.
Yes.
Okay, that passes unanimously. Welcome, Chase. I guess Shane and Candace will do your initiation out in welcome. Shane's very excited about that opportunity. All right, congrats to all three of you. Moving on, we have one discussion item. Discuss the boards and committee assignments, and to do that, Matt Dahl.
I'll just actually do it from here this time. Generally, after an election and at the beginning of the year, we will look at making changes to the what boards and committees the council members and mayor are participants on. We redid this, I think it was in like September or October, and so it's still pretty fresh. But since we're at this time, we have council members sworn back in. I just wanted to see if there was any interest in us making changes to the memberships at this time, or if we're still feeling pretty good about it.
I feel pretty good about mine. I feel good.
Okay, that is all I wanted to Go ahead, Mayor.
Yeah, one question. I did get a letter today from the mosquito abatement board, I guess, Councilman Glover, your term's up, but I assume you want to continue?
That would be fine.
Okay, they just need something official from us. We'll send that to them.
We'll do that at the next.
Have you been on that as long as you've been on city council?
No,
Okay.
Wait, but now I want to know, how long have you been with the mosquito abatement?
8 years.
Okay.
It's when Wayne Sharp was the representative.
Oh, when
And when you got elected, then I put on.
I was hoping it was in the 20s.
Hey, there's some people that have been on there like 30 years or something.
Okay, so you have what you need, Matt, on
Yeah, I
those
just want to
boards?
see if we want to make any changes, and then we'll look at doing the official resolution at the next meeting to reconfirm that your appointment from the Midvale City to the mosquito abatement board.
Sounds good. And before I forget, if the three of you want to stay, we're going to take a picture with the commissioners and the new alternate. We'll adjourn this meeting before going into RDA, go take a picture with them. So we don't have a closed session tonight, so I will look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Okay, motion and second. All those in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Okay, we are adjourned. We'll come back magically after Okay, welcome back, everyone. Sorry, some of us got a little distracted, but we have magically reformed as the redevelopment agency in Midvale City. January 6, 2026 meeting. Rory, will you call the roll?
Yes, Board Member Glover.
Here.
Billings. Here. Mikalash. Here. Brown.
Here.
And Robinson.
Here.
Okay, that is all of us. Moving on to public comments. Any person wishing to comment on any item not otherwise scheduled for a public hearing on the agenda may address the redevelopment agency at this time. Is there anyone who's not a significant other of a council member or mayor in the audience who might want to give public comment? And you both are welcome to give public comment yourselves if you'd like. Both at the same time, okay. Seeing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Consider the minutes of December 2nd, 2025. Is there a motion to accept the consent agenda?
Mayor, I motion that we accept the consent agenda.
Second?
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Rory, will you call the roll?
Yes, Board Member Glover.
Aye.
Billings.
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
And Mikalash.
Yes.
Okay, that passes unanimously, as it so often does. We will move on to our singular action item for tonight, and that is to consider resolution number 2026-01 RDA, approving amendments to the term sheet for a business loan agreement between the redevelopment agency in Midvale City and Saltfire Brewing Company. And no, that is not a typo. This is Aubrey Christensen with the name glow up.
It's official.
Welcome, Mrs. Christensen.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Thank you. Well, good evening, Chair, Board. I'm bringing Saltfire back to discuss just a couple of changes. Okay, so Saltfire, we talked about this last year. It's established in 2016. Their original location is in South Salt Lake, and Ryan Miller is the owner-operator, also the applicant for the loan. Nothing is changing as far as layout or, the designs that they've submitted for that. This will still be their secondary location, $250,000 for the loan. None of the requirements have changed, and he still is meeting that. So the term is still going to be 7 years with 0% interest. And then the first item that we changed in the term sheet was the payment due date. It was originally supposed to be February 1st. Or the first day of their opening, hoping they would open before then. However, that's just been pushed back a little bit, trying to secure the second position lien holder for the property. And then nothing changed for the additional conditions of the money being spent on advertisement and marketing, the number of events being held per year, the rotating artwork, and participation in RDA events, all of that staying the same. And then we did decide while going through the agreement with the applicant that we're going to split up the disbursement for the loan. So we're going to do an initial payment to help initiate construction of $70,000, and then progress payments for the last three chunks will be $60,000 each, and that will be based off of making sure that everything is staying according to plan, and that construction is going consistently. The collateral hasn't changed. There's still 100% of the loan amount covered, and it will be consisting of the existing equipment, and then the house will be second position lien on that. And then I apologize. I believe that the suggested recommended motion is a little bit incorrect on the PowerPoint, and the number is missing on the recommended motion in the packet. So it is resolution number 2026-01 RDA. And then if you have any questions, comments, concerns.
So I have one general desire for these loans, I guess.
Yes.
I'd like to find a way, without doing too much of a burden on you guys, we have these meetings, more people listen than I thought, and they get really excited about them. Right?
Sure.
Supposedly that ice cream place I've never been to is supposedly phenomenal.
It's really good.
And a lot of people are really excited for the Greek place to end this.
Yes.
To keep, I don't know, interest or the excitement, I wouldn't be bad if like every 6 or 8 weeks we could kind of update progress on the ones that we are providing loans for. Like, we don't want to do that for the whole city because that's a lot of work.
Sure.
But I think on the areas where we're sort of providing some good work partners, a little bit more than not, hopefully you can motivate them too, so we could be like, hey, we're sort of pushing this every so often out because the residents want to know. So don't take forever to put the bricks on your building.
Yes. Just more updates to council or bringing it to?
I'm open to like suggestions and what the council thinks. I just think it would be good because sometimes I even forget, right?
Yeah, you're
Someone,
like, oh, what's in the
someone
works?
the other day asked me about the ice cream place. I'm like, oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
They're like, you have to go try it. And I'm like, so I'm try to go try that. Is it Sugar House? Where it's at?
Yeah.
Everyone says it's like the best. And so, you know.
Blacksmith.
Altajitos on Main Street is amazing, though.
Yeah.
That's already here.
Yes.
It's like it's already here.
Yeah.
One of the best ice cream places.
Okay.
So along with Brian's comment too, I've had a couple of the businesses on Main reach out to me and they're asking about what else is coming and what they can anticipate.
Sure.
I don't know if that might lay outside of this scope, but I do think coming maybe every couple weeks to council and just giving us like an updated, like they're looking to break ground here or they anticipate opening here or construction.
A couple weeks, do you mean every couple?
Maybe like, every few meetings, sorry, let me clarify that, like not once a month by any means. But
Yeah.
like, just so that we know, especially where we're starting to go into construction and some of this really could impact Main Street anyway, it would be good for us to be able
Yeah.
to say, hey, construction's anticipated to start. And we also realize that there's like huge asterisks on
Yeah.
when
Yes.
construction will start, but it at least helps us keep the messaging out there that these are coming and
Of course.
it's, hasn't stalled or anything like that.
I'm sure it's
So
hard
I
to-
agree with what Councilmember Brown says. I just don't know what the method would be.
I had friends from not Midvale come to Midvale Light Up, right?
Yeah.
And stuff, and I'm just like, this is, that I didn't even tell them about, right? And just a lot of people are paying attention to Main Street, right? So that's what I mean, like, if we can keep it updated, I'd be very happy.
Yeah.
But not anything crazy, every
Yeah.
couple meetings or something.
Sure. Some bullet point kind of updates on the
Yeah, and
projects
if
that
we
we
could just
have
be
in
like,
the
hey, they're
motion.
anticipating breaking ground, or even if it was just like they're anticipating opening date, something so that we can at least communicate that with, and it also, for me, it also helps with the events that we have here to be like, not only do we have this amazing mural fest coming, but
Yeah.
What if we had an open house once or twice a year that we invited the businesses on Main Street and residents to come just hear updates?
So the Main Street has a business alliance that they do. They get together and meet. But I don't know if we could maybe piggyback off that. That's not a bad idea, just for the residents as well, just so that people know.
Yeah. I do know sometimes, at least on our end, versus your end, what we hear, I don't usually know about a project until they apply for, and the application for the loan and whatnot, or facade grant, if they're coming in and looking for funding. So I know that sometimes they sign a lease earlier and maybe you guys are aware of things coming in. I think it'd be, because like the ice cream place, they haven't, like they just applied.
Yeah.
And we
Oh,
haven't
that
even
is
got
good,
through
yeah.
to like the part where, they're going and reviewing their application with the committee. So that's why I haven't brought it yet. Because we're not even to that point. So I guess I want to know, I think we should, be able to know who knows what would be nice so that I'm not just like.
It was like on almost like a footnote in one of an RDA meetings where they brought it up, so, We brought it up Yes. Yes.
Oh.
So it was announced.
Okay, my bad, I might not have been here.
I'm like, no, there was something, but it
Okay.
wasn't for the loan, but I figured they will, right? Yeah.
So maybe what we can do then is at the next council meeting, in that sort of, maybe around the city manager's report or whatever, is we can have the appropriate person come up and sort of like, here's the status of the projects that we are aware of participating in.
Yeah.
Gauge if that's sort of the information that you're looking for, and then at that time we can kind of say, okay, knowing that, this group is in construction and that, nothing's gonna, or they will only be under construction for the next 6 months, like nothing big's gonna change, and they're gonna break ground, cover that, and then we can sort of say, okay, this is 2 months from now, we want the next update like this. We can kind of gauge it after we have that presentation and see if that's it. Does that work?
Yeah. Yeah, again, I don't want to give you more and more work, but this is more like, it's just, you guys are doing great stuff. And if we can keep the interest, I think we should.
Yeah.
Nate, do you have anything?
I think that's good. We'll do those updates, and I think we'll, maybe in the spring, like we did last year where we did a quick walking tour, I think that makes sense to do that maybe once a year.
Yep.
We can go out, because there's a lot of changes in a year.
Yeah.
That we can take the planning commission, the council on a quick tour of some buildings as they get done.
Yeah, when it was just, cactus and tropicals in the Bambino, it was much easier to keep track of, but now that there's multiple restaurants. Yeah, good, positive changes.
These are all good, it's all good though,
Yeah.
all good things.
So,
That sounds great.
okay, any questions for Aubrey about the action item?
I do actually, sorry, I have one thing to add since you guys asked about it. Saltfire is hoping to try and be open for St. Patrick's Day. But that is why I extended the date to May 1st, just in case they don't hit that mark. They are intending to get in as soon as possible. Excuse me. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, they will be filled to capacity on St. Patrick's Day if they open
Fingers
by
crossed.
then, so. Any further questions for Aubrey? If not, there is an action item, and I think could be cobbled together based on what Aubrey said.
I move to approve resolution number 2026-01 RDA, approving amendments to the term sheet for a business loan agreement between the Redevelopment Agency of Midvale City and Saltfire Brewing Co.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Rory, we call the yeas and nays.
Yes, Board Member Robinson,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Mikuláš,
Yes.
Glover,
Aye.
and Billings.
Yes.
Okay, that is approved unanimously. We look forward to their St. Patrick's Day grand opening, pending the appropriate time. Anyway, we do not have a closed session tonight, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. All those in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Okay, have a good night, everyone.